because you live in a brick home doesn't mean that your home is maintenance-free. That's a term that's thrown around way too loosely these days. James Anderson from Approved Home Improvements is here to tell us why this is the perfect time to start thinking about having some work done on that outdoor masonry. How are you, sir?
Fine, how you doing?
Very good to have you here. I'm good. Explain to people why, because I don't know that a lot of people really get what's going on here. Explain why water, once it works into that masonry, is a huge, huge problem.
Actually, this year is more so than ever it becomes dominant because every other day it's rained. It hasn't stopped raining since they got above freezing. What happens is in the wintertime, the water gets in there, freezes, expands, causes damage to the bricks and the joints. This time of year, that's already happened. So now, I explain to people, the best way to explain it, imagine if you had a car with a sunroof, but you had it totally open and you left it open all year long, no matter whether it was sunny or rainy. That's what your chimney looks like once this happens. So every time it rains, it goes directly in there, even though the rest of the structure is sealed up. Causes a lot of damage.
Well, and here's the problem. You can't, because a guy like me, I think because it makes us feel good. We do that spring walk around where we're kind of looking at things and like, yeah, this all looks pretty good. You might not be able to see the real damage from the ground level at all.
Just from yesterday for the storm that you say that, we've had chimneys that this morning that they've called in that they were damaged, blown over, bricks blown off in the yard, and they didn't know they had any issue at all. But the wind last night made complete bricks come out of their chimneys.
Wow.
And if the structure comes over at the same time, your roof's not going to carry that load.
Yep.
So the chimney's a heavy structure. You don't want it coming down, and it may look like it's structurally sound, but if there's nothing between the bricks, and like you said, from the ground, you cannot tell. You got to be right up on it, and it becomes unstable. You don't think about a wind or a storm last night. That's not a normal event, but when that happens suddenly, the weight shifts on your chimney, and you don't want it coming down.
Once you got the bricks coming out, man, that's a major problem. But let's go a couple of steps before that. We're showing some pictures of your guys out in the field doing some work. Is there something we can do preemptively? If we're just starting to sense a problem, or maybe we just want to really be proactive and do something?
This is kind of like going to be motorsports tell you the best thing to do is to be in the lead, you know. But the best thing to do on your chimneys is to have it cleaned every year, because even if you don't use it, we're going to catch something in the very beginning. It's never going to get to this point. We're going to seal it to preserve it. We're going to catch any top maintenance that needs done, because the top maintenance is like I was talking about the sunroof. If the top maintenance is done, now that sunroof is closed, that's 90% of your water right there, because it runs directly and it don't have to soak in. That's one we did. They actually called me last year. They didn't do it this year. We had to tear it down and rebuild it because over years the winter was so bad it tore it up. And these chimneys, the problem is, see, that's mold. You got a furnace in your house. This is a health issue a lot of people don't think about. If you see that mold on the outside, the inside of that chimney looks the same way. Every time you kick your furnace or your air conditioner on to pull air in, you've got an airtight house. Guess where it's coming in? Your chimney is the least resistance. It's pulling all those mold spores and all that directly and disputing it through your house. So there's a lot of issues, even if you don't use it health-wise, that they should be addressed.
So for Great Day St. Louis viewers, you got a good deal on some ceiling, right?
Yeah, right now we're doing if you come as a one story, it's $100. Two stories, $200. I mean.
Wow.
And that, if those people would have had that done, there would have been no repairs to do on those
chimneys. Spend $100 or $200 now, or you can replace an entire chimney in 3 or 4 years. You think about that. James, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Busy guy, although he could use some dry time probably, I'm sure, so you can get out there and work. For more information on Approved Home Improvements and to find out about all their services that they offer, give them a call, 314-780-6080, and online, ahillcstl.com.